Hi gang, how the heck are you doing? John Lotshaw, Crackpot cartoonist here with, yes, the second daily Crackpot in a row. I know, it's amazing. Um, Getting ready to get started here. Going to be doing some Centaur stuff today. Yeah, I just wanted to actually get this out there and to get this done. Um, So, yeah, today I'm going to be drawing. See, what am I going to do today? I've got a list of things here. I actually do have a list. I actually do make a list because it's the only way that anything gets done. We'll be working some on the Magic Man stuff and maybe some layer. Um, and also, I need to do the type pencils on Centauri 13. I'm probably gonna actually set up and record some of this and do some speed draws because I haven't done those in a while, and I really like the way those came out. So, probably gonna do that. Anyhow, so that's basically it. I'm just kind of um, uh, trying to get things done here, kind of marking time until I can do the studio teardown and get the rest of the last of the IKEA stuff in. Um, that's basically it. Be looking for some more content, all kinds of content coming up here very soon. Do some speed draws. I would like to do some tutorials, some drawing tutorials. So if anybody's got any ideas for what they might want to see, uh, lessons on how to draw, if I can draw it, um, or at least how to draw my take on whatever it is. Leave in the comments down below. Speaking of which, if you're here for the first time, click that subscribe button. And then click the little bell so whenever there is an update, whether it's one of these daily crackpots or it's a tutorial or something, you'll get a notification. YouTube will let you know that it's there. Isn't that nice of YouTube? That is so nice of them. Really. But patrons get to see this stuff. The Lair of the Insectar color pages, which have been in black and white and pencils for years, they're finally slowly getting transitioned to color. Patrons see those, and we'll be the only ones who see those until it's all done, and then I'm going to release it. Same thing for Lair of the Insect. Well, not Lair of these. Excuse me. Seven Centauri. There we go. I had a brain spasm there for a moment. That we those pages will also those will eventually go out to the public, but patrons see them first and will see them as soon as they're done instead of waiting for me to get a backlog and then getting them dribbled out one week. As soon as they're done, they go up. So patrons get all kinds of stuff, and I'm looking at some ideas for revamping the patron thing. But that doesn't mean you can't get in on the ground floor. Go over to patreon.com/accidental centaurs. $5 a month is all it takes to get you the early access to the pages. And there are, excuse me, there are other levels above that, and I would encourage you to take a look at those. Um, Although, as I said, those are probably going to be revamped here soon. But those make possible things like the studio rebuild and keeping the power on, and other things. There's a lot of things that I'm going to be doing in the studio that I'm going to need your support for, and so I'm not above begging. So please check it out. Um, there are, I mean, yes, there's I'm going to be doing the IKEA thing here. But once that's done, then the next step is to start looking at equipment upgrades because some of my equipment is getting a little long in the tooth. For example, the Cintiq that I have, it's 10 years old. It has done yeoman service. It's been wonderful, but it's getting a little long in the tooth. I would like to have another computer, a minimal computer for streaming. so I can keep it with the drawing table and have it hooked up, and it's just doing streaming, and that's it. I would like to upgrade my main computer. This Mac Pro is great. It's been wonderful, but again, it's getting a little old, and I'm getting concerned that eventually Apple is going to deprecate it out of updates, which Apple does. I mean, they do that. They don't support everything forever. If they did, then I'd be able to run Mac OS 10 on that 128K Mac back there, and that's just silly. Um, although it would be pretty cool. Anyway, shirt. Let's see the shirt. I got this from yeah. I'm looking over here on the monitor over here. This was I got this from the 8-Bit Guy, and if you're not familiar with the 8-Bit Guy, go check out his YouTube channel. He does channels about retro computers, and he had some really cool T-shirts. If you don't know what this is, you don't get the joke. Um, the 6502 was the microprocessor, the heart of the Apple II, the Commodore, the whole Commodore line, all the way up to the 128, from the PET to the 128, 64, VIC-20, all of those computers ran on the 6502. MOS was a division of Commodore, was actually owned by Commodore. It was also the chip in the Atari 2600, the Atari 400, 800, all the Atari 8-bit line. It is still used everywhere. I mean, if I'm not mistaken, a version of it was the keyboard controller on the original IBM PC keyboard and on the Model M's, or something similar to it. The Nintendo, the original NES ran on the 6502. The Super NES ran on the 16-bit version of it, the 65816. I'm such a nerd. But anyway, the joke is I like my chips with dip. This style of package for the chip is called a dual inline package, or dip. So it's kind of, and then on the back is a schematic diagram with the pinouts of the 6502. So it's just very nerdy. But so is his channel, but it's wonderfully nerdy. Go check it out. A lot of great videos in there about retro computers, and highly recommend it. So that's the 8-Bit Guy over on YouTube. Anyway, so that's it. I'm just kind of rambling. I should have made some notes on things to talk about, but anyway, but I didn't. So there we are. Again, please subscribe. Please click on the little bell button for the notifications. Check out the Patreon. Check out Accidental Centaurs. I'm going to be making some changes on the Accidental Centaurs website here soon, so hopefully that'll be coming around soon. But anyway, so there we are. This is the news from Lake Wobegon. So until tomorrow, I hope, knock on wood, well, IKEA wood. See you tomorrow.